Hi, I'm Rachel Brugger, Associate Web Editor with HobbyFarms.com, here with Lesme Romero, co-owner of Lexington Pasta in Lexington, Kentucky. This pasta shop has been serving local restaurants and the local farmers market since 2009. And today Lesme is going to show us how to make a pound of fresh pasta that you can do right in your hobby farm home. What do we need to get started?
So the main ingredients that we're using is just flour, water, eggs, oil, and salt.
Okay.
And pretty much you want to mix the water with the salt, so the salt can dissolve into the water, and the eggs with the oil, so it will dissolve better. And once you put all the ingredients together, you will have something called the gluten. I'm going to show you two different type of ways of making pasta, okay? Like in the old days, how my grandma used to make it, we dump the flour into the table and try to make a small volcano shape. Pretty much one egg, one volcano. You don't want to spill the eggs over the table. A pinch of salt, I don't use so much salt. And then we use water. Okay, and then I use a little bit of olive oil or vegetable oil. And then once we have that, then we start mixing. And then we can just go and put a little bit more of adding flour to the mix. Okay, this process might take about half hour.
If you're doing it by hand.
If you're doing it by hand.
It's a little quicker with the KitchenAid?
It's a little bit quicker with the KitchenAid, and also quicker with the machines that we have here at the shop.
Right.
For viewers out there that have a KitchenAid out there, we're going to open this, if I can open it. Okay. We're going to open this, and pretty much we're going to use the hook attachment. Once again, we have the semolina flour. Okay, we have about 460 grams of flour. We're gonna start putting this here into the, and then we're going to turn the machine on. Okay, maybe we want to have it on the setting number 2, slow. So because we're actually going to add the water, so make sure 86 grams of water, then we add the salt, which is 12 grams of salt to the water, and then we kind of shake it and mix it a little bit. If you want to help me with that, I always like to do one hand.
That's fancy.
So we got the eggs, and then we need the oil. We use normally about 12 grams of oil. And then we're going to mix that. So remember, water and salt and eggs and oil. That's a key to make a good pasta at home. So we got the eggs and the oil ready.
Okay.
That will be the first ingredient.
The next ingredient we're going to add is the water, correct?
Yes, the water and the salt. That process will take about 15 to 20 minutes. If you go under 15, then the gluten is not properly formed.
Okay.
If you go over 20, then you overwork the flour, and then the flour is too tough. You're not looking to have like a bread dough, which is too moist, too watery. You want to have it dry where once you squish the flour, you don't have any flour in your hand, so you kind of make a ball out of it. Okay. And then you kind of break it apart, and once you break it apart, and if you see some strings out of it, then that's gluten and the dough is ready to pass it through the machine. You don't want to rush it. It's about having a good time with friends and family and making something great out of it. Okay, Rachel, so pretty much after we get the dough out of the mixer, we want to compact the dough against the table.
Is it okay if you just use the heels of your hands?
Yes, you can use your elbows, you can use your forehead, you can use anything.
Anything you want.
Back in the days, they used to stomp.
Do they really?
With their feet, yes.
That's interesting. And you can flip it, and that's okay.
You can flip it. You can do any technique as long you're okay with it. I would say this is the toughest part of making the dough, the pasta.
How's this looking?
It's looking pretty good, but you need more power.
More force.
You need more force, yeah. Okay. Really love it. You know, one thing that we're trying to get to right now is trying to make it really thin.
Really thin.
Okay. So we can pass it through the machines. This is the way I do it. So you're expanding, the dough expands. see? And then that's what we want. Try that and good luck.
I don't think I have quite the power that you have. How long have you been making pasta
Well,
yourself?
it's so funny that you asked me that. My mom, actually, she's from Bologna, and my dad is from Spain. And I came to the States back in '98, and I started working for an Italian restaurant. And I remember when I started working for the Italian restaurant in Cleveland, Ohio, I started making pasta, and I kind of reminded me back home where my mom, my grandma used to make the pasta. And I love it so much that I felt very comfortable making pasta.
That's great. And how am I doing?
You're doing a good job. Wow. Perfect, yeah. Well, the next step, okay, is about cutting the edges. And we're cutting the edges because they're thicker than normally in the middle. This machine is called the Imperia, Rachel, and Imperia has 3 settings. As you can see here, the roller pins, and the cutters. So now what we're gonna pass the cheese that we just rolled by hand. We're going to pass it through the set of rollers. Okay. To adjust it to this machine. Once the machine is rolling, then we're gonna pass the dough, the sheet, through the top of the machine to the Imperia. Okay, and we're gonna grab it right on the bottom. Okay, and this process, we'll do it probably like 3 or 4 times. Okay. So the dough will compact. Because we're gonna pass it through the cutters, the dough will be very humid and sticky. So we wanna make sure that we have flour here at the end. So once we cut it, we dust it. Okay? So then we're gonna pass it through the cutters. This is fettuccine, and you'll see how it looks.
Oh, great.
And then we say voila.
Okay, Lesme, now that we've made all this wonderful pasta, you have to show us the right way to cook it.
It's very important to know how to cook the fresh pasta. You want to make sure that the water is really hot. Drop it in 2 minutes, then get it out, and then we're gonna drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil, good olive oil, and Parmesan cheese. That's all we're gonna do. So what do you think, Rachel?
Lesme, this is delicious. This is the best pasta I've ever had, and it was homemade.
I'm glad to hear that.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
So we have all this pasta left over, though. You think we should make some deliveries?
We can go to the farmer's market and sell it over there.
Okay.